Hey, you. Yeah, you. Wonderful, amazing, fantastic. You. Yeah, you. You. Who came up against a couple of obstacles but made it. You. Had a tough week but still showed up. You. Yeah, you. Who clicked on this video. Welcome to Coffee Locks Loaded Eats. I'm Coffee Locks, and these are my loaded eats. So I'm back for episode 2 of Coffee, Cake, and Convo. Coffee, cake, and convo. Coffee, cake, and convo. Hey, coffee, cake, and convo. Coffee, cake, and convo. Sing coffee, cake, and convo. Hey, coffee, cake, and convo. Yes, I am here. I missed last week by accident. But I'm back and I'm gonna bring you 2 episodes in 1 week because that's what we do. So today, on this good Monday night, we got Mama's Pound Cake. Yes, in the title, that's Mama's Pound Cake. Because literally, this is my Mama's Pound Cake. And we about to set it off, okay? So let me say my prayer and we're gonna get into it, y'all. Father God, thank you for this day. Thank you for so many wonderful blessings, for being so wonderful and kind. Please bless this food I'm about to receive for the nourishment of my body, and bless my body that is healthy and fit for thy service. For Christ's sake we pray. Amen. Coffee, cake, and combo. Coffee, cake, and combo. Hey. So today I've got my Mama's Pound Cake. And I told you in my last coffee, cake, and combo video that my mom makes an amazing pound cake. Well, she just happened to make one. Actually, she made it for my grandbaby's fall festival. My cousin, shout out to her, threw the kids a beautiful fall festival. You know, you couldn't get out for Halloween like we normally do, so she had a few kids over to her mom's house and set up a really cute little game area and food. And my mama was like, well, I was like, you gonna make a treat? I ain't gonna make no treat. I ain't going no party. I'm too old for a party. Came back the next day. She was like, I guess I'll make a pound cake. Thank you, Mama. So this is the sample from the pound cake. I'm gonna put a picture of the pound cake in this video. It turned out beautiful, but this is a sample. Did they make samples in your house? My mom made a sample as I grew up. That was her thing. The little cake that came out of the big cake to make sure the big cake was okay. Did your grandma ever make a sample? Everybody in the house got a little sliver of the sample. Me and my daddy would get the sample when it came out the oven nice and hot. You ever had any sample? This is the sample. Y'all could just imagine what the cake tastes like if this is the sample, okay? But that's what we're having today is Mama's Pound Cake, okay? With the glaze on it. Y'all want a piece? Go ahead, get you a piece. You want a piece? All right. Moist, buttery. I love just plain pound cake. Like that other stuff, red velvet, caramel, German chocolate, it's all good, but just a plain pound cake, you can't beat that. And it can't be coffee, cake, and combo without coffee, right? Tonight we're having Dunkin' Donut, one of my favorites, just the plain version of it with a little cream. That's good. This is good with the cake and the coffee. My grandmother, we called her Mama Fluka. Loved her to death. she used to make this her breakfast. This would have been her breakfast. She loved to get up and have a piece of cake and coffee. And she would pour the coffee, have the coffee sitting on a saucer. She'd get her coffee piping hot. And then she would pour a little of the coffee onto the soft saucer and sip it off so it'd be cooled. It was just the most adorable thing you ever want to see. And a piece of cake. Now me, I'm a fat girl. I'm not ashamed. This with 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream. Lord have mercy. Change your whole world. Don't let it be Bluebell ice cream, okay? Your whole world flipped upside down will be turned right side up. It's so good. But it ain't coffee, cake, and convo if we not having no convo, right? I got you. I got you. So tonight I want to talk to you guys about clothes. I know you're like, girl, clothes. Yeah, clothes. You know those things we wear so we not naked and ashamed? Or maybe naked and not ashamed, okay? I want to ask you a question. Are you the type that prefers name brand, you know, your Nikes, your Polos, your Ralph Lauren, your Michael Kors, you know, name brands? Do you have your certain spot where you shop? When I first met my husband, 20 plus years ago, we met in 93. Oh, I'm about to tell how old I am. He only shopped at Dillard's, which is the equivalency, if you don't have a Dillard's, of like a Macy's or a Nordstrom's. And he was a label freak, okay? Ralph Lauren, Polo, Nautica. He really didn't want it if it didn't have a tag with a name, okay? As a teenager, I never was into name brand clothing, but I did trend shop for a while as a teenager. You know, go to trend stores where they just sold trendy clothing, like whatever was in. There used to be in the mall, when we had a mall in my little town, a store called Deb's or Deborah's. I can't remember how it went. One of those. And they sold trend clothing, and I used to love to shop there. Or your Rainbows now, City Trend, places like that where whatever's in trend, implied in the name. You know, I used to like to shop there. But what is you? Are you a Matlock? And what I call that is, you remember the show Matlock, being Matlock will wear the same suit every day. Do you have just your certain style, no matter what comes in style or out of style? People know you're going to have your black pants, your white shirt on, you know, your jeans and your tee. Are you that type of person? Or do you like the trend shop, like I said? Or do you have like certain name brands that you have to have, you know, like I buy only this? The reason I ask is because this story time is tied to, this conversation time is tied to a short story time that happened to me over the weekend. You know me, personally, 55 to 75% of my wardrobe is bought through consignment, thrift stores, those type of stores. I shop at Goodwill, Salvation Army, high-end consignment stores. There are a couple around here. Even more low-end or moderate consignment stores. Any way you can get a bargain, sign me up, okay? I am not a person that likes to dress up that often. Maybe 2 to 3 times a year at best, when there's a ball or special party, special program at church. I'll dress up, but at work I have a standard uniform. Every now and then I'll dress at work, but that can be handled through my favorite stores. So basically me and now my husband, who used to be all about, like I said, name brands and things like that. Now, before the pandemic lasted so long, because when it first broke out, my husband was not as fearful as he is now that it's lasting. We go to the Goodwill every Sunday. Every Sunday we go. Sunday is bargain day, and you can get items for like $1, and if it's a certain color in our area. And I'm the type of person, I'll go in there and I'm patient. Okay, I got the patience of Job, okay? I'll go in there, I'll flip through that rack 10 times, and I'll come out of there with $5 to $7 items. My mom be like, I couldn't find nothing. I couldn't find. You just got to know where to look. So that's me. A good garage sale, and even like me and my husband love to go to like thrift stores where they sell like, furniture, appliances, knickknacks, things like that. We love the bargain hunt, okay? That's our thing, okay? So, like I said, about 55 to 65%, somewhere in there, my wardrobe comes from those type of stores. Well, funny story time. This weekend, my mom and my cousin hang out all the time together. They're like best friends. And my cousin has a church member whose wife cleaned out her closet. And when I say cleaned out, I guess she started over. Because she had like 2-3 big trash bags just full of clothes. And my cousin ran into her husband, who was taking it to donate to either the Salvation Army or the Goodwill. So my cousin said, let me look at this stuff. I know your wife, she has some good stuff. So she looks through there and he was like, well, look, let me tell you, because ain't no man gonna sit around and let you pilfer through no clothes and wait on you. So he told her, you take it, find whatever you like, and then you just, drop it off at the drop-off site for me. So she said, okay. So she went through it and found some things. She just happened to tell my mom. So my mom was like, well, bring it over here so I could see. So now my cousin then took out her few pieces that she found that she liked. And so she brings them by to my mom. So the first day, my mom kind of looks through them and picks out a few items that she likes. And then she said, well, I'm going to show them to Christy, who is me. And so she shows me, and I thought, oh, these are some cute blouses. Like some of them were too large for me. But I thought, oh, they were really cute. So then the next day, her and my cousin were together, and she was like, well, let me look back through there again. What else did she see? So she was like, well, she had some shoes, but the shoes were too small. So she was like, oh, what size are the shoes? So she told her what the size shoes were. When my sister, Catherine, my mom's adopted daughter, she's like, that's the size she wear. So she drove over. She lives like a couple of blocks from my mom. And she drove over. So she goes through it, and she just like hit payday. She was like, oh, these shoes are nice, da 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 da. So then she told her, well, bring it all in. So my cousin was like, I tell you what, I'm gonna leave it here. for y'all to go through. And then when y'all go through it, y'all drop it off at the drop-off site. So my mom was like, no, you ain't got to do all that. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to drop it off. So by that time, I usually get off really late on Saturdays. So I get home and I get into the garage and I see this bag of clothes and shoes. And my mom was like, yeah, that's the stuff that Ruby had brought by. And Catherine went through it. She said, well, you might want to bring it in and just see, you know, because like I said, the first sets of shirts and stuff, they were nice, but they were a little big. So I bring it in and I'm like, oh, I done hit payday. It's pants in there that are fit me for work. There are blouses that were smaller than the blouses my mom had picked out, because of course my mom is a little bigger than I am, so she picked out what worked for her. I went through there and I found a ton. Okay, I'm telling you, probably like 8 blouses, about 4 or 5 pair of pants, sweaters, Christmas sweater, you know, Christmas right around the block, Christmas sweater. So I get my little haul out, and my mom was talking to my other cousin who has to go to treatment a couple of times a week, and she was like, well, girl, there's probably a couple of blouses and maybe a little jacket or something in there that will work for you when you go to treatment. So she was talking to my cousin, and her daughter, my cousin's daughter, overheard her talking, and she was like, is it some more of the, because my cousin's a little bit larger, she's like, is it some more of them bigger blouses there? My mom was like, tell her, yeah. She's like, well, bring them over here for me to see. So I then, the next day, take the bag over to her, who has also a niece, my goddaughter, who is the same foot size as the lady. And she goes through the shoes. Okay, so my cousin gets the blouses, and she goes and she's like, oh, these are perfect, because she's a teacher. So she's like, oh, I could wear all these. So all the blouses that I couldn't wear that were left, she got to, and got the shoes my little goddaughter looked through, and they weren't her style. You know, she's 18-year-old, so she only found like one little pair of shoes she liked. So her mom, my cousin, was like, but you know, our other cousin wear that same size, and she go to church, and they were like church shoes, little heels and things like that. So my other cousin is coming to pick up the rest of the shoes. When I tell you that bag, that donation went through like 6 homes. because we haven't been thrift shopping because of everything that's going on. We usually just try to go to work, grocery store, essential places, and not just be out. Like I said, my husband, we've been, you know, trying to be more cautious. So that has like fixed my thrift shopping, you know, gave me my fix for a while. Cute, just some cute little items. And like I said, that's how I shop anyway. I shop, you know, previously loved clothes. And so it just tickled me to death, the fact that all of us just found like something, like getting on the phone, like, well, you know what, do you think you can use? I said, now that poor lady thinks that her stuff went to the garage, to the thrift store. No, we didn't piece that up. Funny thing, my church has like this huge clothing giveaway every fall right before school starts, and so everybody kind of cleans their clothes out and brings them down to the church, and then we run it in the newspaper and local, you know, social media sites to let people know that they can come in. We're giving away clothing, and each organization buys like several brand new school uniforms for the kids. Well, most time when we get there with the clothes, people start putting stuff out, and so people are like, girl, you giving that away? Girl, that's cute. Let me get that. And then somebody else will be like, girl, you brought that purse? Girl, let me get that purse. So our deacon, the senior deacon at our church, said, y'all need to stop calling this a clothing giveaway and call it a clothing swap. Now we do give away clothes, okay, mind you, and like I said, we give away brand new uniforms to the students. But honey, every year somebody finds something that somebody else had, and they be like, let me get that. That's what we do. So I just want to know what your thoughts are. Do you shop off the rack? Does it have to be brand new? Are you a name brand person? Do you thrift shop? Do you shop at higher end consignment shops? Even now online, I see you can shop, consignment shops, where like Poshmark and places like that. Do you believe in doing that? Are you a person that has a certain style? You pretty much wear the same thing all the time. Do you like to switch it up? I'd like to know. Let me know down below. Okay? Because we nosy here and we want to know. Because it's coffee, cake, good cake, and Convo. Okay? So let me know down below what you like. Have you ever got that good blessing? Where your neighbor, somebody was cleaning out their closet, their garage, and you was like, yes, I'm about to win. I'd like to know down below. And it's over my mama's pound cake. So as always, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Sharing is caring, okay? Share, okay? Spread me around like some good old clothes, okay? Thank you.